cannot have a healthy relationship with people who are wearing a mask. It's funny, like, that just came up on a post on Instagram because, like, earlier today, I had posted a story that I had not yet, like, posted on my page, but I'm going to after this. And I had said, y'all want to get naked, but can you strip your soul, baby? That is the question. Hot buttered soul. Heart and soul and mind and strength. Embrace your true soul. Strip it, baby. Take it out like Superman. Yes. Yes. I believe. We're not going to go there. Love. So, I'm a little discombobulated because I had a hard time getting on here today. But my mantra is, I have decided to show up for myself. I will show up for myself in 2019. All the things, if I don't do the videos, I fall back on and slack. The days go past without, I swear to God, it's the transits and the planets that keep my time, you know. It's not the hour clock, all this daylight savings bullshit. I don't go by that. And so anyway, it becomes a big blur and I kind of like float and flow through it. But if I stop and I actually like meditate on the transits and I relate that even to my thoughts outside of the transits, like, you know, the ones that come to me randomly, like when I'm just like sitting there thinking about life, you know. Do you just sit and think about life? Hi, honey. Strip it all down, baby. Hey, woman. With the dealio, yo. The unconscious mind, right? Pisces. The unconscious mind, Mercury. Put some love in there. There's some rub some love in there, a little bit of compassion, you know. I got a lot of Scorpio. And there's a time for compassion and there's a time to sting, baby. Sting! You know, but it always comes back to this. So, anyway, I'm deciding. I'm like, do I want to do a reading first? Or do I was looking at, it all started by me looking at, and I can't do Google. I'm not on Google Hangouts. I had a hard time getting on here today, so I can't do the screen share, which kind of sucks. But now I'm looking at Planet Watchers, right? And the very time that I had pulled up, go back. Everything was at 22 degrees. Now the moon is at 23 degrees. Universal time. Figure it out in your time zone. But it stuck out to me specifically when the moon was at 22 degrees. There we go. Put it back because we had the moon in Aquarius. We had Pluto in Capricorn and Jupiter in Sagittarius, all at 22 degrees. And bam, Sag, Cap, you know, Aquarius. All at 22 degrees in a row. And that was significant to me. And I wanted to look up, when I can't do the screen share, I can't see any comments either. But I wanted to look up inside the degrees for those three planets. I was listening to Maru the other day, and because I was busy, I didn't really get to catch all of it. But I bet you anything that she also looked up some of these degrees. Because it seems like, I'm telling you, and it's not just her. That's how you know like kind of who the vibration of your tribe is, even with people that you don't know. When you see people who are posting the you know, the same kind of messages, and they're gaining them like in the same time period, you know that you're, you know, feeling the same wave passing through. So I want to start with the moon. So to be honest, I don't even know. I didn't even pay attention to the exact you know, degree for the new moon. But to me, 22 degrees is super significant because of that pattern. So I'm looking that up. A woman making lace. Withheld from the personality spotlight, to you intrinsic, fine things matter exquisitely, and being somebody does not. Ooh, we battle our egos and our values so frequently that I want to read that again. Within from the personality spotlight, the center of attention, me coming from my perspective only, in all thy ways gain understanding. To you intrinsic, fine things matter exquisitely. Of course, especially with my Mars and Leo. And being somebody does not matter. That's my South Node in Aquarius. You know, how does it relate to you is the question. A highly distinctive form of service, keyed to a slow, steady, inward sensibility. Very little connection with the here and now, eternal foundations, needing to be humble, sober, and plain in order to best be transparent. Can you strip down to your soul, baby? And effective. You are remarkably detached from all your own reputation or outward impression. Take your shots, bitch. Take your shots. Okay, I'm out here. I'm vulnerable. Damn it. Dreaming now new worlds into being. It's gotta be me. Cast loose on an infinite sea, yet being circumspect, quiet, and not particularly noticeable. Yet still unapologetic. You know what I'm saying? Still unapologetic. Ain't got to make a big deal about it, right? You just got to walk in it. Just got to walk in the transparency of who you are. You know, we don't have to throw a fit and like, oh my God, it's a big deal. What if I, you know, fuck it. It's the big case of the fuck-its. A super subtle edge between poverty and riches, surface and depth, right? It's all vanity. The experiences come and go, knowing your way in the dark and intent upon completing each task and carrying it through, nothing more, nothing less. Wow, a woman making lace. That is Aquarius, 22 degrees, ladies and gentlemen. Let me go back here to where my screen is. She said, you still there, honey? I got one. Usually I don't have any live people. I just like record it live to get it done. But you're here. So yeah, that was super significant for me. Now I want to go to, or that stuck out, 22 degrees of Capricorn, because that is where Pluto is at. It's the 222, baby. A bare altar covered with black velvet. Ooh, I want to go get some black velvet now. Death is a force that brings into earth something from beyond and This something is the X factor in the human equation. Death is a force that brings into Earth something from beyond, and this something is the X factor in the human equation. Your own previous deaths as major signposts which hold you to your noblest and most surrendered ways of being. Okay? You come out of that death like, oh yeah, I've been there, done that. And I was talking about this the other day too. Like, it becomes what was a big deal to you before, you know? It's like, oh shit, you know, I graduated that shit already. It becomes like nothing. It's just a post, you know, to mark the way. To the noblest and most surrendered way of being. It's just me, and my crystals. Mortality has spoken. Immortality arises from the ashes. Like the gods, right? The threshold awareness that hugs the edge between the worlds and bows before a God who presides over the living and the dead. Did I not just say? You stride across worlds in tune with myriad frequencies and are quite able to make way for the unknown, the infinite, the other side of life. A fiercely held intention to bow before what truly is and fall for nothing less, no matter how attractive or appealing. Let's read that again. A fiercely held intention to bow before what truly is, because you already got your, you know, your posts. You know what I'm saying? You already been through that. You know what it truly is, right? So you're not diluting yourself. You're not watering it down. You're not like, you know, being disillusioned, you know, by your fantasies. You bow to the truth of what it is, right? Not what you're trying to make it. A fiercely held intention to bow before what truly is and fall for nothing less, no matter how attractive or appealing, all right? And this is where too much water and, you know, too much of the lovey-dovey feels can, you know, fuck us up. But we balance it with some of that Capricorn, okay? This is 22 degrees of Capricorn, and this is the death of the imbalance, okay? Pluto in Capricorn. Now I'm going to go to Sagittarius. That's us, baby. Sagittarius, where are you? 22 degrees. Blackbirds flying out of a pie. I swear I've read this one before. Oh, yeah. It's in my chart. Okay. Darkness seeks release. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Because I'm like, wait a second. Isn't my Neptune, we're talking about Pisces, isn't my Neptune at 22 degrees? I'm pretty sure it is too. I forget sometimes. I don't even try to memorize things anymore, honestly. And it just becomes innately a part of my knowing. I kind of like it that way. Show me the chart. Like, I swear my Neptune is at 22 degrees of Sagittarius. So yeah, like, I swear I've read this before. Yes, I have. Darkness seeks release. So this is super significant for me. No wonder the 22 degrees stuck out, okay? Darkness seeks release by the right vessel at the right time in the right moment. You must be able to contain the darkness and form it into an exquisitely sculpted, out-seizing chaos. You must be able to contain the darkness, okay, and to form it into an exquisitely sculpted, out-seizing chaos, okay? And then discover your willingness and ability to reverse field. Okay, that's the transmutation from the darkness into the light. And we have to gain control, not over life and circumstances and everything internal, but over the form of our own darkness, that we can transmute it. Discover your willingness and ability to reverse it, to give over the very thing you took as your own. We try to hold on to it. This comes a hard way, by enduring the ravages of living in a volatile chaos, almost as victim, and then seizing command of your own vessel. Hello, wake up. You got this. Until you do it, the darkness leaks out around the edges and fosters the worst all around you. Does that shit not happen? It just spreads like a toxin, like a, just, I don't know. I think of just the black oozing, spreading all across the city and taking over, and onto your loved ones. So you have to feel it. You have to go through it. You have to have this willingness and to seize it and command it as your own. Usually, triggering so much subtle destruction and indulgence in the negative brings you up short and triggers the final reckoning and the huge release, where enough is enough, the rock bottom, right? Sending darkness on its way and opening a space for light to flood through and start a new cycle where the old had seemed to be decadent and established for the duration, where you thought this shit will never fucking go away. It's always gonna be like this, right? But now we've opened the door. We've opened the way for space for light to flood in. Oh, that is so deep, yo. I love it. That is beautiful. And here we have set up 3 steps in a row, the 22, 22, 22 from Jupiter and Sagittarius, Jupiter and Sagittarius to Pluto in Capricorn to the moon, right? It's a cleansing of the emotions and bringing that reality, that understanding, taking command of the darkness, our worst nightmares, right? That developed from these illusionary, fanatical dreams, right? And we can still recreate that into our reality, taking the facts into consideration, right? So it's not like our dreams can't come true. Man, I feel like that was enough. In this aspect here, the moon is sextiling Jupiter. It's a beautiful thing. Optimism, and then we have in the middle of it, between optimism and emotion, we have death and rebirth, So we're not so naive about how we accomplish those dreams and what kind of connection with another human being will truly give us the desires of our heart, just because you love somebody, you're not meant to be with them. So the moon is also at a loose sextile to Uranus at 29 degrees as well. So it's super loose. but it's still like a connection there, you know, within like the geometric pattern, you know. So I want to look up 29 degrees of Aries, because pretty soon in the next couple days it's gonna go into Taurus, and then we're gonna have Chiron in Aries. So right now we have 0 degrees Aries in Chiron and 29 degrees from the very beginning to the very end, right? So we're shifting it when you know, especially when Uranus goes into Taurus and it moves out of that sign. So I want to look up 29 degrees of Aries as well, because that's in a loose sextile to the moon. And then at that point, it'll be 0 degrees. Uranus is 0 degrees, and Chiron at 0 degrees. And that's going to be interesting to talk about as well. Just a couple days. So Dr. Jekyll drinks the potion. Yo, it's like, which pill will you take right now? You know what I'm saying? Where are you where's your energy focus, like within that trine? Is it more on this end or is it more on this end? You know, are you using this to help, or are you getting like stuck on one, you know, kind of like throughout your whole body, where sometimes, you know, you've got like a lot of energy stagnant in one place and it needs to flow out. You know, there's pools, even when it comes to like your lymph nodes, you know, you get these pools. And then when there's inflammation, you know, the pool is building up in the wrong place where there's not like space for it. So Dr. Jekyll drinks the potion. The unconscious mind and the subconscious mind bear seeds of worlds which the conscious mind had yet to penetrate. And there we go, bringing, you know, Pisces season into this. The unconscious mind and the subconscious mind bear seeds of worlds, okay? So it's like drinking the potion, which the conscious mind had yet to penetrate. Eyes have not seen, neither ears have not heard, you know, nor has it entered the heart of man yet what the Lord has prepared for his children who love him. It's a verse in the Bible. It's a song as well. I don't even know where it is exactly. These worlds can turn from dark to light and back again and reverse it. Put your thing down, flip it, and reverse it. But they are there, crying out to be fathomed, crossing between worlds, accessed, given their part in the dance. Yes, I have danced with the devil, and I learned all the steps. I don't remember the rest of that poem either, but that's what I thought about. It is no longer possible to push into far shadows that part of it is no longer possible to push into far shadows that part of the light which dwells in darkness. It is no longer possible to push into far shadows that part of the light which dwells in the darkness, right? You can't make the light go dark. It's pretty much what that's saying. And so you must bring up playfully and mischievously, candidly and surreptitiously, all of the hidden places. So instead of having fears about our dressing, you know, those dark and hidden and unrevealed places, you know, we have this new shift of mentality, Mercury retrograde, you know, to address these things playfully, knowing that it's a dance and it's a reversal, that, you know, once you've had the enlightenment, you can't fall back into that darkness, that dark crevice of your mind anymore. So you can address it, you know, this matter now in a more playful manner. Like, oh yeah, this is my little bitch right here. You know, like smack that ass. You know, like, and So playfully and mischievously, candidly and surreptitiously, I'm going to look that word up, all of the hidden places, you can bring those up so that nobody can deny how much of our energy and resource indwells the deep, and how all of our being longs to be known, to be seen, to be activated, to partake in the dance of life freely. Beautiful. So from the very beginning, talking about, what did I say about not needing to be seen? You know what I'm saying? Because, hey, I hold my own space. I see me. You know what I mean? And to the very end, in the flip note, you know, by having that wholeness, the last I am card that I pulled for the last moon phase was I am complete. Having that wholeness within you, so that, you know, you then radiate and draw toward you that which you wanted and desired in the first place, right? To partake in the dance of life freely. But now we're no longer stuck in the ego. And so we are able to find that without the battle, you know. If it's not for us, it's not for us. We're not trying to make something for us that's not for us anymore. We're just flowing freely, and we are complete throughout our journey and into our ascension. Oh yeah, I was gonna yeah, because it should have been like, you know, at the most it's like 22 degrees. That's why I was saying loose. It's like a sextile, you know, it's like the 60 degrees, but it's more than 60 degrees there. So, but it's not a lot more, obviously. What is that? 9, 8, 7 degrees more. So it's like, but it's still making a line on that chart. It's showing, you know, the geometric pattern. Yeah. I love that. I love the way that the planets speak to each other, you know, the synchronistic energies, and how they build upon each other, and how profound they are, as you even, you know, place them in different order in a sentence of translation. You know, it's fucking amazing. It's amazing. So that's where we are with 90 degrees Aries, or Uranus and Aries, or 29 degrees, sorry, Uranus and Aries. Flip it. It's all about flipping it. And by being vulnerable, but being unaffected, you know, I don't have to be afraid to be vulnerable anymore. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, so releasing those fears, really, Aquarius moon. Aquarius new moon. And what are we always doing though? We're always like, it's out, we do it every year, you know, but it's new shit that comes up. And especially as we, you know, enter unknown territories within our life, we always have to be reminded, you know, that we got this, and we had this, and we've been had this, you know, and the universe got us, you know, that it's just like part of this divine order where we're at. So it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I can be at peace, you know, I can stay in love, you know, starting with myself and showing ultimate compassion toward myself. Neptune and the sun and Mercury, all in Pisces. So here we go. Spirit, we just thank you for a message. And I have a feeling it's just going to be saying the same exact thing that I just been talking about. It always does align. We have the 3 of Cups that's in reverse, and that's Mercury in Cancer, which does represent the moon. the 10 of Swords comes up, and that came up in the last reading. Hey, you know, it's a new day. This is the sun and the moon in Gemini. That's right side up. And then we have the devil in reverse, which just really is Capricorn. You know, we've got all this Capricorn energy opposing the moon. And in reverse just lets you know that, hey, you know, it's really not that bad. What seems oppressive, what seems like has been holding us back, what seems like, you know, was a betrayal, what seems like reason not to celebrate, you know what I'm saying, a kind of a thorn in our side, flip it around, because there's so much to celebrate. You know, when it hurts, but it heals, you know, and you're, you know, able to make that joint stronger, you know, because of the trial and tribulation that you had faced. And so knowing that you were only the weak parts are being broken down to rebuild. You don't want to have a shaky foundation anyway, in anything that you do. So, wisdom card for this phase of the moon. Happy new moon to you. I'm sorry, it's the Pisces new moon. The new moon for Aquarius was last year, or last month. But right now in this moon phase, it's Aquarius new moon. But we're still working off of that. You know, we're still building upon the lessons and the releases, you know, of the last moon phase. And here we are into the next one. We brought reality into it with the Virgo new moon, you know, understanding the details and, you know, being real with ourselves. We had to be real with ourselves first. Balance and fairness. The cosmos. Balance and fairness is in reverse. That's Libra. And the cosmos, creativity and vastness. Whatsoever things are lovely, think on these things, you know. Whatsoever things you desire, think on those things. Don't let, you know, that creativity of the imagination of your mind take over in a negative aspect. And the I Am card. The I Am card. I am safe in reverse. I am fun. I am power in reverse. So you know what that says to me? Exactly what it was talking about, the 22-degree Capricorn, you know, Pluto and Capricorn degree. I am safe and I am power. Reversing it. To me, these are totally opposite. You know, here is the fun, the celebration, the Three of Cups. You know, when it's right side up. But we're not allowing ourselves to have fun because we feel betrayed. We feel like we're potentially not safe. We give our power up to that fear and that past experience, you know. And here's where our power goes to: the enslavement of the mind. Make it your objective, you know, well, between yesterday and today. Sorry, I'm a day late here. Tomorrow I'll do the new moon video. The new moon in Pisces video. Ooh. I am fun. The last phase, the main one, was I am complete. And I want to focus this time on I am fun. And with that being said, my friends, nanu nanu, and peace be unto you. If you would like a private reading, please go to rafahouse.com. Half off your first time, each and every time. I got you. Peace out, my dear. Have a wonderful day. God bless you all, and I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow, I am going to show up for myself. I'm going to show up for myself and be on time. I meant to do it yesterday. It's just like, it just wasn't happening. And then today, look, technology was weird, and it was trying to keep me out of here too. Hopefully the Google Hangouts will work tomorrow. I don't know what's going on. If it's something going on, I don't think it was my computer. The last video worked, so that was weird. But here I am. Can't do screen share for now anyway. That's okay. Later, lovelies.